Hello everyone, it is I, Wrestler. Welcome back to Land of the Vikings. We're doing a lot of these. Um, Last time we were here, we had this, and then we were assigned a weaver building and ordered the production of fabric, along with the other things. Build a training camp, except, one our trade ship, build a trade dock, such. So we got the ship yard. We can't build the trade dock yet. Let's just get that out of the way right there. So we got the shipyard. Um, I, I believe I placed. I think we built it, but we placed the weaver, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Let's take an assessment here, where we are production wise. Okay, so we got the stone pit, and that's built. That's another house. We were also going up towards the iron mine, and in fact, I think the iron mine is actually finished, or is going to be finished. Had the warehouse up here. Um, they're building a poorhouse right there. Here's the mine. It's being built. Yeah, it needs a bunch of stone. Now that marketplace is also being built, and such. So we might not have placed the weaver building. I might have decided to wait to do that until next episode. I have no illusion that some of you are yelling at your screen emphatically right now that I did place it. Um, it's like not only did you place it, it was built. But well, actually, obviously, it wasn't because there. So, although it's not like this game has necessarily been. I mean, don't get me wrong, this game is amazing, but there are times where it's like, do this, and I was like, did that already. And it's like, oh, right. It's like, yes. you know. Um, Although sometimes if you jump ahead of objectives, you can find the game being like, well, you might have done it, but I didn't tell you to do it yet, so that doesn't count. I'm gonna put the weaver right here is what I actually think I remember talking about. So we're gonna do that right now. Tailor, brewery, stone pit. Well, there's a tailor. Um, but where's the weaver? Is that in life? Let's very see. I don't see the weaver anywhere. Let's see, carpenter, woodshed, stone mine, blacksmith, tailor. There's no tailor. Clothes, cloth. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Um, uh, okay, it says Blue Weaver. I'm just gonna guess that it means tailor, and we're gonna build a tailor. Can't build it there. Just kidding. We're not gonna build it there. Um, you know what? We'll do it here. Okay, villagers. Let's take a look at professions here, at jobs here for a minute. So 19 laborers. Okay. Good on that. Good on most things, it seems. This house is built. That's good. that. And then those trees. These trees. That tree. These two. Oh, that's 4, I guess. Okay. And then over here, yeah, you know what it is. Oh. Not that one, it's growing. And then those 2 trees and that tree. Okay, so, and then, gosh, stone is not coming. Those, and then this should be producing stone. Let's put another person in here. You know, so what we have is an absolute beast. Well, you're the strongest one we have, so you're hired. I think some of the people that we have working here are just absolute crazy. Yeah, 2.2. Yeah. We have some people there who are just absolute, you know, mammoths of people. So, you got that. People are becoming adults, giving birth. I mean, you know, the number of what people are doing in my land is crazy. So if we want to build a ship, yeah, we can't even do that. So it's not like we had enough opportunity. Yeah, a fishing boat. No, I don't want to do that. Although I should assign somebody to do that. So we need luck and brains. Okay. No. Yes, but. Okay, some of you are smart, but not terribly lucky. But like, okay, luck just does not seem to be much of a thing. Okay, let's go with the smartest person that we had. There's a 2 point, yeah, there. That'd be good enough. Oh gosh, excuse me. Where is she? Oh. I know winter's coming, thank you. The food is not a problem. Plenty of food. Let's see, so there looks like they're getting the required materials for that. They're building this, which is good. And they're getting the required materials for that, okay. And this, which is paused, is getting tons of work for some reason. A little animal that needs to be hunted. Anyways. I just realized how cringe that sounded, a little animal that needs to be hunted. Sorry about that. Should probably not be saying things like that. Oh well. See animal, hunt animal. This is still being built. They're collecting the main materials for that, though. I think, I'm hoping that, you know, why we have a lot of cut stone, that we're getting other stone too. I mean, I know earmarked for this, even with a stone pit. But, and I hope they're producing stone. We got a stone storage right here for them to put stone in. So I'm just hoping that there's, it looks like, I mean, it sounds and looks like they're working, so. So it's still autumn though. Yeah, we got 18 people who are laborers, so let's just speed things up here. Actually, let's keep an eye on this. So they're building this. That's good. And I believe it's starting to snow. That's good. That's a nice sound to hear, I guess. Ooh, this is smart. Place is about to be done, and we are done. We are we are done with it. We are done building. We are done building. Apparently not. I know I have a lot of builders, like 10, um, to be exact. But there is a reason, because last episode we were building so many houses, which we're probably going to end up doing this episode as well. So at the rate that people are being churned out. Okay, so let's get another person working here. Another really whoa, that person's really fast. Maybe else who's like a sprinter. Doesn't look like it. Oh gosh. Okay, well, so you're next, and then on to the next one. I guess that one. Eight's good, I think. Okay, so we got. Whoops. Other house. I'm trying to have like as much as almost on point basically, or like you know ready to go places as much as I can, because because just because this needs you know you know because why more houses encourages that birth rate, which no doubt. The thing is, I don't think I have anybody homeless, but I do have a lot of adults, or children that are going to become adults. I'm trying to, albeit somewhat unsuccessfully. Gosh, construction's halted. Yeah, I think halted. I think your definition of halted and my definition of halted don't match. Um, anyways, the point I'm making is, I'm trying to plan for the future, but I'm also playing a lot of catch up. Um, well, stop shopping, stop mining then if you're tired. Um, so I'm playing a lot of catch up, with houses, um, and trying to plan for the future at all at the same time. Um, I sincerely hope you're harvesting. Okay, it looks like you are. So I'm guessing Weaver is tailor. But if that doesn't satisfy it, I'll definitely report a bug to them. Hope you've been enjoying Global Rescue. If you haven't noticed that yet, make sure to jump over to the channel and take a look at it. Um, I'm actually doing Global Rescue near where I live. So I don't be looking at that and being like, okay, so we determined this he probably was here. Don't come find me. That would be weird. And creepy, and that would involve me calling the actual police. So, anyways, that out of the way though. By all means, if there's a particular area, I'm probably going to be building that out. I might start over now that I've kind of got the hang of it, but I don't. But I might just continue on that game. It's still in early access, so it's making its way up there. But I'm going to keep playing that probably. But if you by chance go, oh, you should start over, and here's my zip code, I'm not going to come find you, but I can build an emergency service in your hometown for fun. And the same thing on friction-free zone. I'm still playing around with where I want to actually play that with you guys. I tried to search for a really out there location in Austria, and I found it and everything. But that but that's about that was that was just to see if I could find it and if it was actually viable. But I wasn't necessarily thinking about that as a long-term thing necessarily. So which is why I put it out to you that, hey, if so if that if that's the case, then by all means. But gosh, I hope the windmill is working. I mean, I know that's the wheat that you have, but there's lots of wheat that you can gather from. About to say, hope you're not harvesting those. The crops are dead. Well, yeah, it's winter now. I expect the crops not to survive. So we're collecting the main materials on this one. The mine is going to be built while it's paused. I mean, I don't even know why I haven't unpaused it. Yeah, I'm guessing because I found that while it's paused, it's actually getting a lot of work done. Whereas some of the unpaused buildings, like this building right here that's not paused, is not being built for some odd reason that I can't seem to fathom. So yeah, I guess I should just find buildings that I want built and pause them, and just know that like I'm wondering though, and this might be the case because just from the process of elimination of things happening. I wonder if pausing means they don't start gathering materials, but they won't build it. Like, once we get to 150, are they just going to stop working on it completely? They're just going to be like, okay, well, like, we didn't build it, technically. We technically did not do construction. We got everything ready, but we did not build it, which might be the case, so. And I know some buildings I've had that where they're almost done if I'm paused. I'm going to keep this one paused until they have all the materials, and then we'll, so we're gonna do a little bit of an experiment here. This one I think will come along in its time. Okay, so we've got the custom, we've got the carpentry wood, and it's already got the logs. So its main materials that it needs are coming along. So we're gonna have the weaver's building built. We're gonna assign the weaver. And then we're going to go from there, yeah. We can't even do the army thing yet. That's another tree of life thing. That's right here. As we looked at earlier, I believe that's this. Yes. So, train warriors. So, train camp can be built, and that's 6 tree of life points, which we do not have. However, some of these objectives give you tree life points. So, we're going to need those. So this has, okay, yeah. So they're getting the carpentry there. Um, even if it's the materials, this one is not paused at all, and you just carried stone. That's neat to hear to this. You know, I'm wondering if the game prioritizes the big jobs first. Like it's like I could, it's like I could bring it to that house. You know, but I feel no. I feel like no. Why logs are not being brought to this, I can't not answer that question. I mean, it's right there. You have stone. I don't know where you're going with that, but okay. I'm gonna take it home. To what end? We should go like that. Just mark it down. And be like, yeah, get him. Like a hunt and gather button would not necessarily be the worst idea. Developers should mark particular animals to be hunted. I remember in Dawn of Man, you can indicate an area to hunt, but you can also click on animals and click hunt. Uh, Guy to die due to a work accident. Where though? Um, okay, I'm just taking a look here. I don't see any job that got marked down. I mean, it doesn't look like any the laborers went down. If anything, the laborers have gone up. Unless I'm missing something. How many people work at the shipbuilding thing? It was the shipbuilder who died. Okay. I can see how you could have a work accident building ships. I mean, you know. Okay, smart and fast. By yourself, you're good. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say it looks like we got all the carpentry, so now it's on to the polished stone. Um, for this one, 30 polished stone. We have 240 of it. Well, is it cut polished stone? Cut stone. Of the cut stone, what we have. Speed things up a little bit more. Kind of power through winter here if we can. By the way, next up in the Stardew Valley, we're going to be ending out autumn. So on Sunday, make sure to tune in for that. And of course, we're going to be doing a little bit more Evil Genius too. Looking at wrapping up Evil Saturday pretty soon. We've done pretty well, but I think we are reaching a stage where we've kind of plateaued. So we'll see what that looks like though when I get there. So when we get there, so if you like Evil Saturday and say, well, plateau or not, keep going, then we will. But as of right now, I think we're gonna. Not like this Saturday, but I think I'm gonna start wrapping up Evil Genius too before long. There's still a lot of things to do, and I want to complete as many of those objectives as we can. But don't worry about that now. If I I still have to think about it. If I decide I'm going to wrap it up, I'll give you fair warning in advance. But I'm still very much in the deciding phase. Okay, talents are you have to be somewhat smart. Okay, so build a weaver, we built a tailor, same difference according to the game. Says you should be smart, so let's get our best and brightest in there, I guess. And order the production of cloth. Okay, well, I don't think I can really A fabric. Okay. Production fabric. Oh. I think it's this, yeah. So they got leather. From furry animals. From furry animals. What are furry animals? I think I just found the person that died naturally. I wish that they had the mine. Yeah, the mine. I wish they had a way that you could kind of, I guess, build like a cemetery. Yeah. Um, because in a lot of Sleepwalker games, that's like a way to like help your people out. 170 stone. I don't know why we did any mining. We got tons of stone here. Um, I wonder if that stone counts. Or if it doesn't because it's near the production building. Because while you have 170 stone there, people seem to keep finding stone for this and they keep bringing it too. Um, so unless you're hauling it from all the way over there or from that stone cutter, I'm thinking that there's stone in other places, and that's where they're getting it from. Because I know I have some stone storages down in this area um, that are empty apparently, but apparently people are bringing it. So. And we got 190 stone now. Mark some of these trees here. Because this winter doesn't make me stop. I know at the city villagers, I'm like, I'm going to stop during the winter and be very responsible. And like that. And this one, I'm like, no. It's like, get out there and build. Another house, though, which is good. I put this house down. Well, I guess it's been there a while. It's just funny that this house right over here, I believe, or one of them over there was like the No, the foot last like is getting is getting quite a bit of I don't know why this one right here that's got 46 has not been worked on in like a long time. So what's the so I ordered the production of fabric. Do they have to actually make it? Because I really can't control what they're making here. Produces fabric. So they're making fabric. Okay, good. I prioritized it, so once we hit that I'm gonna move back to normal, but I prioritized it. Okay, good. Okay, so production, I'm gonna put fabric back at normal priority along with the rest of them. Okay, so I got like nothing basically. I mean, seriously, I had 1 point beforehand. So I can't do either of these two things because I have to research them. Um, so I almost got all the stone for that one. Glad that they're finishing up that house over there. Hundred 160, 185. Makes sense. That house is going to be done very soon. Whoops. Let's get this up here, going on up here. There. No active builders. So they got everything, but I mean, is anyone going to build it? It doesn't look like it. And I think that might be the thing. Either that or they're working on other projects now. They're like, okay, we got all the materials there at that thing that he didn't want built right away, so let's start working on other projects now. It's like, we'll come back to that, don't worry. Excuse me. Okay, storages. Yeah. Prioritize this. Speed things up here. In terms of just let's get power through winter here. Build those two houses. Good, 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 good. It's kind of the idea. Okay, let's take a look. Where did we lose workers at? It's like anywhere again. But okay. I know you're saying, well, yeah, but you can just have them replace workers, and I think I will do that in some, but not everywhere, because why I could have done that with the dock is no one strong, smart and fast. Just looking for strong. Look at the wrong things there. Okay, you're pretty good. There are not, they're not everything is necessarily needed. I think the mine is where you would actually say replace workers. Well, even if I could, I can't. So, um, it's still winter, and we're kind of in the mid to late winter. I mean, we're more mid than anything. Once this is built, I'm unpausing the mine because it's time. We got a lot of laborers too. Oh, I got 3. That's good. Can't do either of these things. Have to explore both of them. Both of them are 6 points. So. Okay, let's just, there's no point in putting it off. So. What do we got here? For silver, they want the village to have smoother roads and more luxurious docks. Lux Village. Add 25 luxury decorations. Okay. Grave filled with silver was found. There you go. Okay, and this was built. Okay, so strength. Okay. These people who are just absolute beasts. Yeah, that's good. So, iron. Okay, so that looks like that's what we're going to be churning out here. So we got the iron production locked in. So that being said, this is where that stuff is produced. Um, so a blacksmith is probably a good idea. I'm going to put it right here so that it's got access to iron basically right away. Another warehouse would not be a bad idea either. Um, in fact, let's get the warehouse built first. So we can get that out of the way. Um, the other side, yeah. Yeah, and we can get away with doing this because, well, for two reasons. The only warehouse first and not the blacksmith is this hasn't made iron yet. And, so when we say, well, yeah, but by the time you build the blacksmith, it will be producing iron. And yes, that is true. But um, it's good to have the warehouse there so we can get the iron stored in there. So that way, by the time the blacksmith is built, and I'll place it down here shortly. I want this to get down to the main materials. By the time the blacksmith is built and is ready to go, so we're doing really well on the cut stone. Let's set the limits at 350. Because we got tons of normal rough stone. Or just stone, I guess. But yeah, you know what I mean. I like that it doesn't have limits on raw materials. Um, so like you don't have a, you're not, let's say, you're not like saying like, oh, only this many logs, or only this much stone. You're saying no, like, the game's basically like, we know you want like tons of this. How much of refined how much of a refined version of that do you want though? Um, because you're gonna need, because all the buildings, even some of the advanced ones like the mine and things like that, some more advanced, some buildings that are further down the line, even those require raw materials, raw and refined materials, at the start, so to speak. So even there, it's a thing. I swear I don't have a cold. I just have a lung that doesn't work properly. Yeah, I've had this. There's a little anecdote here where we're waiting for this. I've had this cough that you hear for a long time now, and I've had friends in my life. People came in who were like, "You always seem to always have a cold." And I said, "I always seem to have a cold." I said, they said like, like your nose like seems fine. You don't seem, it's not congested, which I don't get congested when I have a cold actually. Um, and they said, "But you seem to cough a lot." And I thought about that when people told me that, and I was like, they make a good point. I was like, I seem to have a nagging cough. I was like, at times, and it kind of ticks me off too. And I was like, yeah. I was like, so I went to the doctor, and I was like, hey, like, I told him, and he said, okay, let's take a look. And he took a look, and it turned out, and he doesn't, and we're not sure how, because this wasn't a thing, leading up to it. It turns out that one of my lungs was actually had a small, about the size of a dime, piece of damage on on part of it, and he thinks it's from, and wasn't there before, and he thinks it might have been from, uh, you know something that happened. He said, I said, what could, I said, I haven't been like, I haven't had any like villagers who noticed that food at the market has been running low for days. However, they aren't sure why it has decreased. Some people have seen someone stealing food from the marketplace. What's the next step? So we earned fame. That's great. So build new watchtowers. I can't do that yet because I got watchtowers and I got the train. So build train 5 minute at the same time. Okay, well, let's go into the tree of life here. And I was debating which one to do, but we're gonna do this now. I can't even build watchtowers if I explore this, but I will explore it all the same. Thrall house. Okay. So yeah, that's okay. Well, I can't do this one. All the same, let's put a training camp. Whoa, this thing is huge. Okay, that's something we're gonna put on the back burner for a little bit. um, on my builder's side. Um, yeah, I think we're almost near the end. Let's get things going. Put the blacksmith down, which is small by comparison. I'm gonna see here if we can get this built right there. That'd be good too. And then that there. That there. Hope you all enjoyed your Memorial Day, by the way. I had some, uh, did whatever. I had a barbecue with some friends. We had some hamburgers. Um, and, uh, and that was about it. So, oh, mysterious plant. Yeah, we don't know what the plant is. Is it? You've been blessed, lighted first, shined upon your village like a golden sun, and blessed your lands. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Freya. That will help us. We roll into spring now. It is now spring. So, yeah, we can start planting now and things like that. You know. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call it here for now. So thank you so much for taking time your day to watch Land of the Vikings. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. I noticed that you have liked it, and the views, so just like that. So thank you to those of you who liked it and came back to watch it. It means a lot to me that you take time to do that. So definitely hit that like button. Keep coming back, but hit that subscribe button. So you can be apprised when new Land of the Viking videos come out, when new Global Rescue videos come out, along with Evil Genius and Stardew Sundays, so to speak. And the subscribe means a lot to me. And to those of you who do subscribe and who have subscribed, thank you so much. I can't say enough how much that means to me. Anyways, guys, until next time, my name is Resler, and I'm logging off.